How are you doing? In my Dr. Now voice. How are you guys? I just brushed my teeth. So you know how like you just brush your teeth and you have like this just toothpastey, and I always need to drink water these days. But anyway, what's up with y'all? Isn't it yet? It's signing back in. I'm the lyrical, spherical. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. My weekend was cool. We actually went to see Transformers today. It was alright. The best part about it was that they used the Wu-Tang soundtrack. It was very predictable, but it was cool. What else did I do? Clean my house. My washing machine was acting janky, so I had to go to the good old laundromat. I ain't too proud to go to the laundromat. And actually, I don't like going to the laundromat, but the laundromat in this day and age is so convenient because it takes like debit cards now, and you can literally be done washing like your whole entire house in like 40 minutes. And the drying was free. Like, I don't know. I mean, besides the ick of using other people's washing machines, this actually wasn't too bad. It was a clean place. Listen, I'm so obsessed with cleaning that anything will be a good time for me when it comes to that. I told my husband that I was like, you know how I don't like to leave the house? It's something about when I clean, it's different. I don't know how, but yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So what else did I do this weekend? Just a bunch of stuff, man. The house thing is still going. It's just, it's going. Other than that, y'all, it really wasn't nothing. The BET Awards were today. I know that Offset and Quavo of the rap group Migos reunited after their third member Takeoff got killed last year. So that was good. They buried the hatchet because they weren't speaking. So they reunited. So hopefully it's a good thing that happened. Another sad story that happened was that that this boy, he was 14 years old, his mom, they were in some food place or whatever, and some man got into it. Well, the man started punching the mom in the face, and the son, who was only 14, shot the son. Wow. And because I'm just looking at something really, really crazy on the internet as soon as it pops up. But anyway, the mother, so they were in this, that thing completely distracted me. Okay, this mom was in there ordering food. She got into it with some man in the store. The man started punching her in the face. The son, who was standing at the doorway, shot the man and killed him. And so now they both been arrested, and it's unfortunate because now the little guy who's just really defending his mom is very unfortunate, because what kid wouldn't do that? But it's just so sad because he's only 14. Why I was so distracted is because Lil Uzi, who's a rapper, and JT, who's in the City Girls, they used to date, and I guess she threw something at him at the BET Awards, which is wild. Wow. So I don't know what that was about, but she literally threw something at Lil Uzi. And they broke up. People were like, I know she was beating on Uzi. You could tell ever since he got with her, he'd been showing more feminine energy because she obviously is more masculine. Somebody said this is unacceptable. He should have had her arrested. I mean, I don't know what is going on with them, but JT, that's not a good look, because you know these men, they're gonna be up in arms that you are, doing masculine energy. You know they don't like this. They just hate it so much. And I don't condone violence, but I just feel like, I mean, they used to date and they haven't been seen together. And I know Uzi said something really slick, and he probably has been ignoring her. And so, yeah, she had to handle up on him. And I don't condone violence, but you just never know. You just never know what is going on. Yeah. BET Awards was, the after show looks like it was wilder. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, that just dropped for real. But yeah, there was a lot of performances. A lot of Sugar Hill Gang performed. Hip hop, hippie, hip to the hip to top, but it don't stop rocking to your bang bang boogie, up jump to boogie 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 bee. The rapper Trina appeared to be pregnant. If you guys don't know that, she used to rap with what's the name? Trick Daddy and all them. Yeah, the BET Awards. They started off good, but I think they got a little ghetto from what I'm reading. They got real ghetto. So, if you guys didn't know, the submarine people did not make it. It is unfortunate. There was a 19-year-old on there, and that's sad because, I know me as a parent, if I took my kid on something like that and I knew we weren't going to make it out, I just hope they were right with God, because that's messed up, dude, all the way around. What else is going on here? A non-profit organization made up of some 350 volunteer pilots and staff is helping transport those who need an abortion from states that would have made it illegal and allow the procedure. Interesting. An alternative to statins may help reduce deaths from heart disease among people with high levels of bad cholesterol, research says. 12 people were taken to hospital Saturday after a lazy river swimming pool in Houston was apparently over-chlorinated. Dang, y'all was trying to get all the germs out. Since Ozempic and Wegovy flooded the scene, there have been reports of other potential uses for them, like treating conditions ranging from PCOS to Alzheimer's. So y'all, these shots is really about to skyrocket. Y'all thought y'all was paying a lot now, and it was a lack of the shots now. Just wait. Let's see what else we got. The weapons supervisor charged with involuntary manslaughter in the shooting death of a cinematographer on the set of Rust has been charged with evidence tampered for allegedly passing drugs to someone else on the day of the shooting. Girl, they're gonna take you down for this. That Alec off, and now you're the new person on the scene, because they gonna charge somebody for this. So this woman out of Nebraska, her husband died an hour after his wedding ceremony. That is crazy. She didn't even have a chance to put life insurance on him. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but that's the first thing I thought. And I'm just here to be honest with you guys sometimes. But rest in peace to that dude. Lots of shootings in towns. So there was gonna be a coup supposedly in Russia, but it didn't happen. It was the Wagner group. They stopped and they signed an agreement. So I don't even know what it was about, because they were making such a huge deal and they didn't even do it. So they fell off. A teenage volleyball player from Tennessee is suing the city of St. Louis and two drivers who struck her in February, causing her to lose both her legs. I hope she wins. Trump has expanded his lead over DeSantis and the rest of the Republican presidential field since his latest. And Trump is like, listen, people love that dude, man. At this point, I mean, he said it a long time ago. He could literally kill somebody and still be loved, and he is not lying. A airport employee died on Friday night in what appears to be a freak accident at the San Antonio International Airport. He got ingested into the airplane's engine. That's wild. Roe versus Wade happened a year ago. Yeah, besides the fake coup, nothing really happened. San Antonio police officers have been charged with murder in the fatal shooting of a woman who is experiencing what the city's police chief says a mental health crisis. You know, they still haven't figured that one out, how to handle people that are actually just having psychiatric situations in the police. Meta says it will shut down access to news on Facebook and Instagram in Canada after the country's federal government passed a law mandating that the tech companies pay content fees. No more Facebook and Instagram for you Canadians, don't you know? Yeah, let's see what else we got. I still can't get over that ratchet award show, dude. Really nothing, honestly. Nothing in news except for like Britney Spears didn't show up to some Elton John tribute and yada yada yada. Let's see what else. Selena Gomez has unfollowed Dua Lipa and Gigi Hadid and all this crap. Like, I don't even know what they're fighting for. It doesn't even matter to me, you know. Everybody's trying to call themselves withstanding from BBLs, but they'll be back once enough time goes by. So this Uber passenger that shot and killed the driver, believing he was taking her to Mexico, is facing murder charges. This lady's from Kentucky. She was visiting Texas, and she shot and killed her Uber driver after claiming he was trying to kidnap her. She's 48. She's booked in El Paso after her arrest on June 16th. Her bail was increased to $1.5 million after charges were upgraded from aggravated to assault causing bodily injury to murder after the driver died. The family of Daniel Pedro Garcia, 52, said that he was removed from life support on Wednesday. His niece told the outlet that he was not a criminal or a kidnapper. Last Friday, officers responded to a call of a shooting at 2:19 p.m. on US 54. At some point during the drive, culprits thought she was being taken to Mexican and shot Piedra. Culprits allegedly pulled out a revolver and shot him in the head and wrist. The car crashed into a highway barrier. Instead of calling 911, couple took a picture of the critically wounded Garcia and texted it to her boyfriend. The boyfriend, who has been identified, was at the scene when officers arrived. The investigation does not support that a kidnapping took place or that Piedra was veering from the destination. She was visiting her boyfriend in El Paso. She used the rideshare service to meet him at a casino. According to the affidavit, she became nervous when she saw signs for Juarez, which is located across the border of El Paso. Uber said in a statement, listen, I get that why she was scared, because I know a lot of people that are scared to Uber, but like, why were you Ubering then? Like, I don't definitely condone what she did, but I know a lot of women that would not Uber, and they probably think all kind of crazy stuff is going on, but why Uber if you're that afraid to where you just gonna kill some innocent people? That's wild. Yeah, guys, other than that, the news is very manufactured. Let's see what Redditors are talking about. A boot. And of course, I have plenty of story time for you cats and kittens. People who cut off their family, what did they do to you? Get on your nerves. I wouldn't necessarily say I cut off my family. I just I don't go around them as much. And it's nothing against them. You know, you stay away so long and it's like you guys really have nothing in common no more. And I think social media is like the big culprit for that. Because it's like you kind of see everything they're already doing. And I have family members that put their entire lives on social media. So I really don't consider that cut off. I just look like peak like in their life. Be like, there's no need for me to insert myself in this, or you know, all their kids are growing up nicely, nothing crazy. But yeah, social media to me is the reason why I don't talk to my family as much. Somebody said my cousin had addiction problems and just burned every bridge in our family. We used to buy him food and stuff, and yeah, drug addictions definitely. I mean, like I said, that's what I do love about my family. They put all their business on social media, so I can say, not for me, not for the kid. Somebody said they threatened my life and then reported me to my country's officials for being a runaway. I was 26, a heathen, a whore, and I wish there was a joke, a witch, other crimes in my country. So yes, I have nothing to do with them anymore. Dang, I have vendetta against you, buddy. Under what circumstances would you get naked with your friends? If we were offered $1 million, I would. Totally. I might even do it for 500,000, 100,000, 50,000. As long as we get naked, that's nothing. Just turn over the money. Fellow glasses wearers, do you keep your glasses on or off during sex? No. Why would you wear glasses during sex? If you're wearing glasses during sex, you're doing something wrong. Had a fling with a girl from work years ago. She always wore glasses and only ever took them off when we had sex. Got to the point that I had a kind of a Pavlovian reaction when her specs came off. I got horny. She figured out what was going on, and sometimes at work she would take them off while we were in the same meeting and just casually play with them in her hands, occasionally glancing over at me. So you basically were saying that is funny. I don't know anybody that keeps their glasses on during sex. Somebody said on need to see the screen clearly. Porn. I felt like to plunge my face in her breast. Like, yeah, I mean, if y'all keep y'all glasses, what this lady said, my husband typically wears them to a certain point during sex. Then when he takes them off, it's my signal that things are about to get real intense. It's very hot. Your husband must really be blind. Like, who's wearing glasses during sex? Like, Especially if you're in a long-term relationship, you guys should know each other's bodies in the dark by now. See what these men are talking about. What would it take for you to feel comfortable enough with the woman you're dating to open up about your mental health issues? Is that what we're doing here? Are all you men have mental health issues? Somebody said, I wouldn't. Way too many times in my life have I trusted women with my emotions and mental health, and then they turned around and intentionally torpedoed it. Women are fixers, so I can see how that could happen. Somebody said that's a surefire way to be dumped in the future. Yeah. Only when I feel like, most men saying they ain't telling y'all they mental health problems. Sorry, buddies. Yeah. You men don't really have anything new to talk about this week. You don't already like talking about your emotions. Women who enjoy gaming, what is one of your very first video games you remember really enjoying? Of course, Mario Brothers. I loved Gears of War on the Xbox. I like Call of Duty. I wish I had time to play video games. Every time I want to play it, it needs an update, and then I just end up not wanting to play it. But I completely have a console that I just don't use, that we pay for, that we just don't use, that I said that wasn't going to happen. Should you put the relationship first, or should you put the children first? Interesting question. Sometimes you have to do one or the other. I never get this whole thing where you put your spouse in front of your kids. I mean, sometimes it's both, sometimes your spouse may need you over the kids and vice versa. I don't really think life works like that. And when people say that, it's kind of silly. There are times when my son might have something going on. I need to go see what's going on with him. There are times when my husband might have something going on. So I don't think it works that easy as people like to think. Somebody says it depends. If I were an unsafe environment with an abusive partner, my kids will be put first, no doubt. I get them the hell out. In my marriage, which I consider healthy and stable, my husband is first. I would do absolutely anything to protect and provide for our future children, but the family functions best when my husband and I put each other first, and the kids will benefit. Yeah, that's well put. And most parents understand, because there's times when my husband has to do things for his kids, and I mean, obviously he consults me first, but yeah. All right, let's get into these story times, guys.
Put your kids on your bank accounts. I get so many comments from people suggesting that this is a good idea and a way to get around probate and for the kid to have access to funds. I want to make it crystal clear how I feel about it. This can seem like a quick, easy, cheap way to handle things, just a gesture of love and trust, but it can have extremely negative consequences for both the parent and the child. All right, so let's say you're in your 60s, you've got a kid in their 20s or 30s, they're a very good kid, they've never had any problems whatsoever. Let's say you've got an account with $200,000 in it, and you want to put your kid on that account so they can have access to funds if anything ever happens to you. On the face of it, it seems like a great way to handle things, but here are some problems. Number one, gift taxes. If your child is on that account, they have the same right to that money as you do. You can gift away up to $16,000 a year, but above that, you've got to file a gift tax return. Number two, your child's liabilities. If your child gets into trouble with a creditor and that creditor gets a judgment against them, they can garnish your account for the entire amount. Number three, your child's divorce. If your child gets married and divorced, that spouse may have a right under a property settlement to part of your bank account. Next, legal judgments against your child. If your child gets into a lawsuit as a result of a car accident and a judgment is entered against your child, the entire amount of that bank account could go to satisfy the judgment. Next, kids, and for that matter, all of us can get into things that we never thought we would have in life. Let's say he picks up an interest in poker. He begins playing poker and he develops a gambling debt. And he decides one day the only way he's going to be able to pay that off is to get the money out of that account and pay it off. There's no requirement for him to pay back that money. I live in the world of what could happen. My job is to try and prepare for things if they do happen. And from that perspective, putting your child on your bank account is a terrible idea.
Y'all heard what he said.
Man skips work for 6 years and no one notices. I don't know if that means you're really good at your job or really bad at it. How he got caught was the mayor walked down to the office himself to hand him an award for 20 years of loyal and dedicated service. When he got there and didn't see Joaquin, he started asking questions. Hey, yo, I'm looking for Joaquin. Have you seen him? I can't find him anywhere. Oh, man, you just missed him. Yeah, he just went to lunch. Like, oh, lunch, okay. Yeah, I can just wait. Half a decade ago. Decade? Plot twist number one. After finding out this information, the mayor launched an investigation. At the conclusion of the investigation, they determined that Joaquin had missed work for 6 years or 14. Nobody really knows. Plot twist number two, he was in charge of supervising the construction of a water treatment facility. So basically, one day he just woke up and was like, man, fuck this job. A little dirty water ain't never hurt nobody. Plot twist number three, y'all not ready for this one. It involves a little bit of math, okay? So Joaquin made over $41,000 a year for 6 to 14 years, because remember, nobody noticed. This means that he made between $246,000 and $574,000 over the course of that time period. According to the local Spanish government, the most that they could fine him was $30,000. So basically, the man, the myth, the legend, Joaquin, made $250,000 by saying, man, fuck this job. My final three takeaways are: 1, it pays to not do your job. 2, little dirty water ain't never hurt nobody. And 3, if you or a loved one drank Spanish water at any point in time between the years of 1996 and 2010, you may be entitled to mesothelioma or financial compensation.
Why he hating on Joaquin? No, you know those city workers, man, they be getting away with a lot. You know, I used to be one, but I didn't get that lucky. I mean, listen, them city workers, I'm not mad at him, because his higher-ups is probably doing worse. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, and I'm not gonna hate on Joaquin. But why he gotta be Joaquin? Why he gotta be black?
And they're taking that money that they're getting from those assets and putting it in banks in Liechtenstein. Now Russell is still oblivious to what's going on. He's unaware that his share belongs to someone in Qatar. So in May of 2018, he signs a stock transfer agreement to relinquish his rights in both companies, the one in New Horizon and the one in Rush Media, for $14,250,000. Money that he never receives, mind you. Now, on June 10th of 2018, Tim was arrested by the FBI in Washington, D.C. while he was trying to go and meet his lawyer. Well, Kimora tried to devise any type of plan she could to bail him out. She ends up telling the government she has stock in Celsius. This is stock they no longer own anymore, but they use that to get him out. Truth be told, it worked. They transferred money from the Celsius stock to Kimora's JP Morgan Chase Bank. And it temporarily worked because Homeboy was out on bond. Now, they did not tell the government that the Celsius shares was owned by New Horizon, which was sold to a company in Qatar. But that sale was pretty much null and void because they never paid Russell his $14,250,000. Now, since they didn't hold up their end of the bargain, Russell still owns his 49% of the shares. Now, because of Tim's crimes and the government believing that the $3 million that Tim used to fund this business was criminal proceeds from his mess that's got him arrested in the first place, the government is wanting to use Tim's shares to pay off his $40 million in restitution, and then Tim forfeits the rest. And it's hundreds of millions of dollars, like big money. The stock is now selling for $104 a share. So all of those shares that they had are now worth $344 million. Now Kimora is claiming over $90 million of the shares belong to her because she put $1 million of her own dollars into it. It's like, look, I was just trying to put them on. I had no idea they was doing this shady business. I own shares as well, so I need to get my 49%. Needless to say, there's hundreds of millions of dollars still on the table that may or may not go back to the government. Russell is hoping that the court excludes the Celsius shares from any final court order or forfeiture, or they at least just exclude his 49% of the shares. Russell is wanting his money. So needless to say, this might be why he's not talking to Kimora right now. This might be why he wants the kids to flip on Kimora right now. And this is the reason why he said, F that man, I'm broke. She sold everything.
So yeah, and this is that Russell Simmons and Kimora thing, and that's what I think. I think Russell's mad that the money situation, and he's taking it out on the kids. But Russell, you was too friendly to them people anyway. You know, when you get a divorce, get a divorce. Get a divorce and cut financial ties. Russell was just trying to live this great life where he was still hanging with them, going on vacation. Just get a divorce and be done with it. Y'all been playing too many games. Let's get into our next one.
There's no talk of amputation. There's no talk of any of that whatsoever. The doctor was just telling me, worst come to worst, this was going to happen. But I believe in staying right, so we never have to take that left. Now, this is what happens. I went to the doctors the other day to check myself out. And I have 2 clots in my leg. One in my right leg, one in my left leg, which is my thighs. Okay, so now I'm having a procedure tomorrow to try to get those clots, so now I could have proper blood flow to the leg so they can fix the toes. Okay, that's what's going on. That is it. You heard it from me. That's what's going on. I appreciate you. I appreciate your gestures. I appreciate your prayers. And I'm receiving all kind of emails and everybody, not just from me, from my friends, family members, everybody. And let me tell you about the funniest one. It's a guy emailed one of my friends that said that they have the remedy, because all y'all have remedies now. I don't know where you've been to for the last 2 years, but everybody got a quick fix solution now. They said they have the remedy that all my toes will grow back. They said, my toes. You already know who it was. You already know who it was, but let me make sure I got everything. So now I can finally move forward and get this stuff fixed. So I'm having surgery tomorrow. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your love. Thank you for support. And you got to understand, I ain't going nowhere, because we coming. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just trying to get all this straight. So when I walk that sideline and I walk my walk, because I'm going to talk my talk, that I can walk my walk. All right? God bless y'all. I appreciate you. I truly do.
So there you have it. Deion Sanders said he is not getting his toes and leg amputated. It's preventive measure. So I don't know why these stories have been coming out, but yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, it was extremely heartbreaking. But first, my name is Jock, and if you're ever running out of things to watch, I got you. Honestly, this was so traumatic. We need to call that lady with the list and just add this as to things that can happen when you have children. Because apparently Maya's story is not even that uncommon. It's just the way hers ended was just extremely sad. Take Care of Maya is a documentary that Netflix recently released about a young girl named Maya and her family. Basically, when Maya was young, she developed this disease, and her parents did what they were supposed to do and took her to the hospital, met with all these doctors, and were just trying to figure out what happened. And what ends up happening is absolutely wild. As we all know, the whole child welfare system is not perfect, and so somehow she gets dragged into it, and basically her life is exploded. And it just gets sadder and sadder and heavier throughout the entire thing. I think you should know that this happens, but it is very heavy topic.
So yeah, I watched that and it was crazy. I mean, the girl had this illness. The mom was a nurse and she had been, according to them, overly medicating her. They ended up taking the girl from the mom for like 3 months. And the mom ended up killing herself because she felt like the only way her daughter could come back home was if she wasn't there anymore. It was just a really crazy, sad story. But yeah, if y'all want to watch that, that's on Netflix. And it is a documentary.
What's up, TikTok? This your boy Gerald Jackson from the North Carolina Beat. A CPN queen in Charlotte has been arrested, and we the people want the feds to let her go. Word on the current, the FBI in Charlotte done arrested a 23-year-old CPN queen named Shia Jackson. The feds say Miss Jackson is known to create mean documents for people to get inside of homes and cars and obtain PPP loans fraudulently. According to a federal indictment, Chaya made more than $320,000 in these goddamn fraudulent documents, you know, she was making under her business, Diva Documents. Police said that Shia fraud go all the way back to 2020 when she was making pay stubs, driver license, the paper one, and the hard copy. She making COVID-19 hardship letter. They said she was making social security card, W-2 paperwork, and lease agreements. According to the Fed's indictment, Shia advertised her business diva documents on Facebook. The Fed said she was telling people on social media that she can make any document that they need. They said Shia would charge $115 to edit a pay stub to $150 to get you a driver license, the hard copy. They said she would require her customers to pay half of the total amount up front and the other half once she has completed your documents or whatever fraudulent service you need from her. They said she provided PPP documents, car loan documents, apartment rental, whatever you need. Shia had you. The indictment further alleged that between January 2020 and August 2022, they said Shia created nearly 400 social security cards for people, 8 driver's licenses, and 6 COVID-19 vaccine cards. Shia is charged with 8 counts of unlawful production of false identification documents, 8 counts of illegal transfer of false identification documents, 1 count of wire fraud, and 1 count of making a false statement to a financial institution. The feds took Shia into custody Wednesday, and she remains in jail. And word on the street is, in Charlotte, is that Shia was really helping the people that, you know, hey, just got out of prison and needed somewhere to stay and get money in a car and help them get on their feet. So she wasn't doing no bad deed. She done pissed somebody off, or they didn't know how to use their CPN number. They done got mad and called the popos on her ass. Now she in jail without the bail. To read more about this story, go to the ncb.com.
Yeah, I know Shia done made somebody mad, but the way he reported on that story is hilarious to me. And not diva documents. She had a whole business on stop. Y'all gotta learn. No.
Billionaires cage fighting. Okay, sure. We have truly reached the chaos portion of the simulation otherwise known as existence. My first question is, who do we even root for? One is a casually fascist megalomaniac, and the other is a casually fascist megalomaniac who's like really into jiu-jitsu right now. This is like famine fighting pestilence. This is like David Duke versus Adolf Hitler. It's like Scrappy Doo versus Jar Jar Binks. I hate everyone involved and want them to lose. Second, how do I apply to be the referee? Because baby, I would guarantee a bloodbath. At TKO, we're talking RIP for one of these two. Hey UFC, pick me to preside over the fight between these two rich whites. It just feels right. This has been my time.
So he's talking about this so-called pay-per-view fight that supposedly is going to happen between Elon Musk and the rich. It's just what's his name, Zuckerberg, which I completely think Zuckerberg is not human. So I think he would win because, yeah. Listen, the news was light today. Some people got killed, unfortunately, yes, but it wasn't too gruesome. So I'm proud that I didn't start y'all week off on too much gruesome, even though you guys like true crime and stuff like that. That's not how I wanted to start my day. So, maybe tomorrow, I know somebody out there is committing heinous crimes, but you guys are not. You guys are going to start the week off positively, greatly, bigly, as Trump says, and you're just going to have an awesome life. And I'm claiming that for you. Anything you've been wanting and needing is coming your way. So get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Is it in yet? It's signing off. You guys have an amazing week.